Saturday morning mail haul. Check it out. I had ordered a few figures from the same person who designed the Blue Shirts bat. I don't have one handy to show you guys, but there are 3 other figures that the same guy had produced through Red Laser's Army, and I went ahead and got all 3 of them. Actually, one of these is not a Red Laser's Army. One of these is an early Black Major Toys figure. Same guy had the different ones produced. The first one that we're going to take a look at is the Mutron bat. The inspiration for this bat comes from the Action Force Mutron and Skeletron. Interesting looking figure and components. Mutron. This figure is molded, appears to be molded all in black plastic, with all of the colors being paint apps. Rivets are in the right direction. Joints, they're not tight, but they're not loose either. They feel pretty good. The head turns just fine. It's not loose. And one of the things that I noticed with a lot of the Red Laser's Army bats is a gap in the torso. As you can see, this one does not have that torso gap. I think this might actually be a little bit better fit than the Red Laser's Army bats. At least the components may fit together a little better. You know, turning the arm, I can see that there's a couple spots where it'll cause the torso to, you know, have that little bit of a gap there. But you know, when the arms are just in a position, I mean, it's fine. Yeah, left elbow is a little bit loose. It's not bad. That can be fixed if you really wanted to. Finding this figure in particular, if you find this figure, you're gonna pay between $20 and $35. They're all over the place. They're out of production. Black Major Toys does no longer produce bats, as far as I know. This is a great looking figure though. An all black bat with red and silver paint apps, inspired by Action Force enemies Mutron and Skeletron. Let's take a look at the accessories. The backpack appears to be painted silver. It has a kind of a raw look to it, almost a textured finish that makes it look a little more realistic. He comes with the standard bat accessories, the claw and silver. That's actually, I think this is molded in black and painted silver. The hand attachment does go on all the way. Most of the newer third-party bats that I'm seeing, the arm attachments do not go on all the way. This one's a little bit tight. I'm not going to force it, but there's one of the accessories. He won't be displayed with that anyway. That'll be in the backpack. He'll be displayed with the hand. Here's another one of the accessories. Again, molded in black, painted silver. And this would go on all the way as well. There's paint inside there, so I'm not going to try to force it. The hand accessory goes right on, no problem, and fits flush. So here we have it, the Mutron bat, and I'll include pictures of Skeletron and Mutron along with this, so that you guys can see the colors that inspired this this figure. And I'll go ahead and put his accessories in the backpack. Right on the pegs, super easy. But I'm just using a little bit of a twisting motion to get them on. Trying. This one seems to be very tight. Oh, slipped right on that peg, no problem. Yeah, went right on that peg, no problem at all. The claw accessory, I'm going to put it in the middle. Like this, there's the backpack completely assembled. Let's test fit the backpack onto the figure. It's a good fit. Peg goes in all the way. It's tight. Not going to fall out. And there we have it, the Mutron bat. Great looking figure. So like I said, this one was produced through Black Major's Army. Hell, I don't know if it even has a date stamp on it. Yeah, I'm not seeing a date stamp anywhere. But this was produced. I'm not exactly sure the year. I'd have to check with the guy I bought it from again and see what year it was manufactured. But yeah, those are no longer in production. Opening this little bundle. Very nice packaging, by the way. These figures are wrapped in bubble wrap, taped, and then placed inside of a bubble mailer. Okay, this is an unproduced Action Force figure. Made through Red Laser's Army. This is the Special Weapons Force Stalker. Special Weapons Force version of Stalker. And again, as I have pointed out before in a few videos, this figure has the funky hips. Does the little dance. He wants to do splits and like have his legs do weird things. But overall construction of this figure, really good. All the joints and seams are tight. No issues whatsoever. The plastic that he's made out of is almost it's almost a semi-translucent. I think light would shine through this pretty easy, but maybe some pieces of it. It's solid. It's very, I mean, it's opaque, but it's a very solid figure. This is made very well. As are most of these Red Laser's Army style figures, or the figures that are produced by Red Laser's Army. Torso is good. This is a Stalker, a UK Stalker on a in Special Weapons Force colors with a slightly different. Actually, that's not slightly different. That's a Stalker head on a different body, on a Bombardier body, I believe. Neat concept. He came with an Uzi. Put him back in the bag here. And I'll get photos of the figures that inspired this one as well, and I'll include those in the video. Up next, we have the Special Weapons Force Bombardier figure, produced through Red Laser's Army. And these are the good guy versions of the good guy figures from Action Force that would fight the evil Mutron bat, or Skeletron, or Muton, or the forces of Cobra, or... Okay, same body construction as the figure that we just took a look at. Exact same body construction with the different head. And as with this head being used on other Red Laser's Army figures, it will rotate 360 degrees. Except on this figure, the head's actually tight and doesn't just flop around like some of the other figures that we've looked at. No, I'm not trashing Red Laser's Army figures, I'm just pointing out certain physical attributes of some of these figures. Anytime that I do a toy review or talk about any action figures or toys, I try to be completely non-biased and honest about anything going on with those figures, whether it's defects or features that I find to be interesting. Like normally this figure would be a straight arm figure, and this one again, you know, the funky hips that do weird things. Yeah. But he is not a straight arm, he is a swivel arm version of this body mold. And he comes with a backpack. We've seen the laser rifle backpack a few times before. He comes with a laser rifle. One of the new Force of Ferris set came with this exact same rifle in black plastic, but the hose, the line, was broken in the package, which that's being replaced, by the way. The seller, the designer, is replacing that for me. He's going to send out that, and he's going to send out a few figure stands, and I'll show you guys those whenever they come in. This figure came with a helmet, and he came with a visor for that helmet. He's a laser trooper, so of course he's got to have a visor. I'm going to go ahead and install this on the helmet, just for the sake of it. There we go. Now let's see if it fits the figure too. Ooh, no it does not. The helmet will fit the figure. It's a snap-on type helmet, but yeah, it's not gonna. There we go. No. It wants to go on crooked. It doesn't want to go over both of his ears. So I'm not gonna take a chance on rubbing the paint on this figure's head, and so I'm not gonna install that helmet on the figure. Don't want to mess up any of the paint. But there you have it, guys. This is the two Special Weapons Force Action Force figures that were produced through Red Laser's Army. You have Special Weapons Force Stalker and Bombardier, and the Mutron bat that was produced through Black Major's Army. Hope that you guys have found this interesting, and especially the little tidbits of history that included from the Action Force line. Be sure and hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. I have more mail hauls and more all kinds of just different stuff coming up for you guys.